This is Greg, the Masked Gamer, coming to you fresh off of a live stream of the Bad Karmas with my brand new toy, Fateforge Chronicles of Khan. This is an app-driven co-op campaign game that I discovered on the One Stop Co-op shop earlier this week and decided to get. This is actually the reason that I've purchased an iPad. Well, it's not the only reason I've purchased an iPad. But this game recommended using a tablet. I have like 3 other games coming over the next year that also recommended using a tablet. But I also was like, oh, maybe I'll be able to get this tablet to connect to my computer and then I can just show the pretty screen, but that's not going to work that way. So instead, what we're going to have to do when we show the screen is we're just going to have to hold it up here and hope that you can see whatever you need to see. Like the lo-fi queen I am. But anywho, I don't know how much space this is going to use, and I'm really just diving in here very blind. Like I said, I did watch a little bit of it on One Stop Co-op Shop, but I haven't done it on my own table. And those guys are really good at editing, so like, yeah, their stuff's going to just look much cooler than my stuff. So what I am going to do today is I'm going to try to do solo mode and see how that is. I don't know what's different about solo mode. The original idea, and probably the future idea, is to play this 3-handed, so I can use 3 of the characters now, and then the other 3 when I get to the expansion, assuming I get to the expansion. We all know how it can be with these things. Sometimes you don't get all the way through. But I'm going to try solo mode today, and we'll see how much of my journey into the Chronicles of Khan we share. But anywho, I'm going to click this solo mode button and see what happens. And it's given me a selection of slots. So I guess the save slots for solo are different than the save slots for other things. I can click either the base campaign or the expansion campaign. So it seems like as other expansions come, they will come into this app. Do you own any expansions that you want to add to the game? So I could add the expansion Clash of the Immortals immediately. But I'm just going to say no expansions for this solo experience because I don't want to take anything out. And now I have to select 2 heroes from the list of 5. I am going to be going with the Mercenary, who's a defensive one, and the Shaman because the Shaman looks cool. So we are going to select the Mercenary and the Shaman, and now the game knows who I am. I love app-driven board games. The grayed out button indicates there's more text to the page than is showing on your screen. Scroll down to further activate the button. Okay. Act 1 of 3. There is a pretty picture. There's also a button with a graph, and it gives me statistics. So it tells me how many combats I won, trait points, reputation with the Empire, and Duralos. But I don't think that matters right now, so we're going to press continue on Act 1. Oh. So this button's grayed out, so I have to scroll down. But it's not really scroll down, it's just a big picture, so that's, okay, whatever. Gray frames like this one contain instructions for you to follow. These will generally involve physical components from the game box. To begin your adventure, find Naske's letter in the game box and read it, and then click continue. So here's Naske's letter, which said, read before starting the campaign. And I almost did that, but I was like, let's see if the app tells me to do it. It does, and there's some beautiful calligraphy on here that I'm not going to hold up while I try to read it. I'm just going to read it to you. To the elder druids of the circle of the spirits of Unsnoin. Ooh, there's going by some pronunciations in here like I'm playing Lord of the Rings, isn't it? Okay, so let me actually turn down the volume on this background music, which sounds very lovely coming from my speakers to me, but it probably doesn't sound quite so lovely on the video. My invitation to an audience with the Ikral, the immortal emperor of Kardik Sol, was a deception from the start. I am kept now as one of the Enelar, the emperor's consorts. Every luxury is lavished upon me, yet the gardens and chambers of the imperial palace are but a great gilded cage. Whenever I can, I make sure the forest's voice resounds in the palace, just as each of the other Enelar makes herself the voice of her own homeland. It is all my position allows me to do. The Ikral has done much good for his people. He is well loved in Isafar, which he has made into the pride of all Ka'an. There is an ambition in him that will not rest until all Ka'an, no, all of Iana, bends the knee to him. He is fate chosen, and he will wreak terrible things. The Ikral's eyes have been set on our forest for some time. He asks many questions about our lands. Dark schemes are being woven, and I am doing what I can to frustrate these schemes, but I only possess the power to achieve so much. I beseech you, send the bravest champions of the forest to Isfar in the utmost secret. I have allies in the city that will make contact once they reach Isfar. May the ageless wisdom of Itzitainen guide our way. Sincerely, Masked Gaymer. Whoo-wee. This video, I would love some assistance on some of that pronunciation up in there, but we're going to click continue in the app. There's another pretty picture. Okay. These days, all roads in Ka'an lead to Isafir, the capital of the Kardic Soul Empire. Merchants arrive with the treasures of 100 lands. Adventurers come to turn their fortunes around in a city that grows in wealth and glory by the day. The generosity and ambition of the Ikral, its mysterious, immortal emperor, appears boundless. Continue. Your journey from the primeval forest has been neither short nor easy, but as you finally approach the city, you feel a shiver of excitement race up your spine. Isafar is an impressive sight to behold. You're going to place the map of Isafar and the map key on the table in front of us, and during story scenes, you will remove stickers from the map key to reveal important locations you discover. So let's move that instruction book off to the side. Let's see what the map key looks like. I don't know. Well, here we have a map. We have the map of Iasafar. Map of Iasafar. We're going to move our little heroes off to the side here. Iasafar, the map. The map key, I'm going to assume, is this. It's got numbers 1 through 26. I seem to see numbers 1 through 26 on here, so this must be the map key. All right, we're going to press continue. Your mind rings with the desperate words in Yaski's letter. Few druids in the primeval forest. Let's flip the script on that. Okay. All right. Let's move me to here, and now we can see the map, and we can put the map key here, and now we can see what is happening. Okay. Continuing onward. Your mind rings with the desperate words in Yaski's letter. Few druids in the primeval forest are beloved as she is. Some months ago, she journeyed to Yasafar upon the invitation of the Ikral. Over the past year, the Ikral's troops have ventured deeper into the forest, and his agents have been exerting their influence over the tribes of your homeland. Nyaske accepted the Ikral's invitation and journeyed here to better understand his ambitions towards the forest. She witnessed for herself the prosperity and security of the Kartak Empire. She witnessed for herself the prosperity and security the Kartak Empire brought its subjects, but also its ruthless ambition and the obedience it demanded. Continue. As her letter revealed, the Ilkral's invitation was a ruse. Nyaske is now his prisoner, and the Elder's worst fears about the Ilkral's intentions seem to be well-founded. It is vital that you rescue Nyaske, and that the forest hears what she has learned of Ilkral's schemes. Continue. Travelers take. Okay, there's a little thing at the top here, and I from the instructions which I read, that tells me there's going to be 2 combat encounters, 1 rest encounter, 1 combat encounter, something else. I'm guessing a boss encounter, and then a rest in Act 1. Travelers take many roads to the imperial capital, but they all meet here at the great caravanserai of Saint Mahabed. You've been to the Solstice Festival when all the tribes of the forest come together, but little has prepared you for the mass of travelers crowding the caravanserai's labyrinth of passages. remove sticker 1 from the map key. So we have the map key here, and we're going to go ahead and remove sticker 1 and remove the legacy. Sticker 1, the Caravanserai of Saint Mekabad. So, all right. I thought maybe it would somehow go on the map, but I guess not. I guess it just tells me the title of it. Okay, well, I took the sticker off. That's fine. We're going to place the party token on location 1 on the map, and that is in this little party box that they gave us. And we're going to put, not that, we're going to put the cute little party token. This is my party token. And we're going to put it on location 1 on the map. It's like the Oathsworn map, but not as many of them. Okay. As you walk through the main gate leading into the Caravanserai, the guards at their stations single you out from the crowd of travelers. Continue. I am an evil guard. Okay. There you are, one of them exclaims. I told my friends to expect some forest folk coming through the gate. I knew you were coming from a mile away. That's how far your stink carries. The other guards laugh. One of them walks up to get a closer look at you. And no wonder, he smirks. Just take a look at yourself. What dead animal is it you have draped over you? I mean, there's a bunch of dead animals. We can either stand up for ourselves or put our heads down and keep walking. I today am going to choose put your heads down and keep walking, because I feel like we're just here to gather information, and I don't want to get killed this early. That all being said, look, this gives you narrative choices, which means someday, if I like this game, if my streams get popular, I could live stream this and people could tell me what choices to do and do polls and all that kind of fun stuff. Wouldn't that be great? But for now, we're going to put our heads down and keep walking. You decide it's best to let the matter go and not cause a scene. When you put your head down and move on, the guards' laughter increases. You keep walking and let their laughter fade away behind you. You avoided getting a negative reputation with the militia and thus making yourself known. Seems like I made a smart choice today. The app tracks how you interact with certain factions in the game and will influence how they react to you in the future. This will have consequences in the story, although the game will not explicitly tell you when these are triggered. You can view your reputation with the factions in the statistics button at the bottom right of the screen. My reputation is currently 0 and 0. Okay, cool. Pressing continue. You find yourself in a wide, dusty plaza packed with travelers milling in every direction. Under the colonnades that surround the plaza, you can see stables, taverns, inns, and shops. Everything that a weary traveler could need to restore themselves after a tiring journey. You are not even in the city proper, and you could already You are not even in the city proper, and already you could feel like this bustling labyrinth could swallow you whole. No one pays you any attention, except for a cat standing in the middle of a narrow street, looking at you with a strangely intense focus. Oh, I'm going to put the shaman here so we can see the shaman with his insight, looks like a he, and the mercenary with his resilience. Okay, cool. We're going to press continue. Hi, I am a pretty girl with a flower. You are a stranger here, and you know no one in Eossifer. You are about to head to one of the inns around the plaza, but a young girl steps out in front of you. She is carrying a massive bundle of flowers and is wearing more flowers in her hair. Continue. She moves towards you and extends a hand holding a single pink rose. You notice a symbol tattooed on her wrist under her sleeve, a circle of dots. Ah, you heroes from the forest. I have a message for the heroes from the forest. Do we confirm that we are the heroes from the forest or deny that we are the heroes from the forest? We're going to confirm that we're the heroes from the forest because she knows there's heroes from the forest that are supposed to come, so I'm assuming that means she's nice. The girl squeals, "Ooh, I knew it was you. I just knew it. Please, you must follow me. I will take you to an ally that knows your druid friend." Before you can reply, she turns away, beckoning you to follow. Without warning, a band of militia jump out of the shadows and surround the girl. You'd have expected a child like her to be scared, but what you see is something else entirely. She throws her bundle of flowers into the air, and before they come back down, you see the flash of a blade. A guard falls to the ground. He clutches at his throat, uselessly trying to contain a jet of blood. A jet of blood is violent. I like me violence. Okay. She fights like a cornered rat. Another flash of blade and another guard falls. The leader notices you, points your way and shouts, "They're with her! Get them!" And a few of the militia rush towards you. Their leader blows twice on a horn to call for reinforcements. Brown frames, like this one, give you a summary of the combat scene you're about to play. It's going to be combat already. This will include an overview of the objectives you need to complete in order to succeed. You've gotten yourself embroiled in an altercation with the militia. Defeat the militia officer blocking your path to avoid arrest, and I have to click fight. Oops. Introduction. Welcome to Eosophir. Enemy abilities in this combat. I'm going to hold this closer to me. Some enemies in this fight have special abilities, which are explained on their respective enemy cards. Those are frontliners. All shot actions assigned to this zone must target a frontliner first. Blocker. Heroes in the same zone cannot leave voluntarily. And leader. During enemy turns, move the closest enemy in this zone, one zone towards the enemy. Next. Components. Please take the following cards from the unlock box. Okay. So over here, we have a box of cards to unlock. We are going to take enemy cards. Oh, I love numbers. We're going to take enemy card 373, which is a guard dog. We're going to take number 300, which is a bowman. We're going to take 302, which is a grunt. We're going to take 304, which is a guard, and we're going to take 308, which is a lieutenant. We're going to take the following components from the token tray and the enemy token boxes. So from the general tray, we are going to take one flag that has an S on it. Oh, I should be showing these to the thing. We have a guard dog, and we have a bowman, and we have a grunt, and we have a guard, and we have a lieutenant. We have a little S token. We have... Let's find these, and then we'll hold them up. We're looking for exit A and exit B. Exit A, here, upside down, good job, Gurgles. And, titles. Oh, it's because they're double-sided. Okay, so that's not exit B. Sorry this is taking so long. That's not it either. Next time, maybe I'll be more organized. I need... no. Yeah. D. D. Found it, I think. Yes. Exit. B. And then we are going to take enemy tokens from the token boxes. So we're going to find the one with the guard dogs. Ooh. I think this is, yes. So we're going to take, oh my goodness. I would have thought all of these would have been in the same box, but I guess not. Okay. So we take one guard dog, and it should be guard dog number 1, I'm assuming. So let's find it. Where? So, because it's on the opposite side of these things with, okay. So here is a guard dog token, which matches the art. Sorry this is going to take so long, apparently. Okay, let's see. None of these blue ones, none of these red ones, none of those green ones. So nothing else from that box except for that one guard dog. So apparently, if I had multiple people playing this game, they could help me out, and this would take less time. But I do like that they give me these little boxes for each thing. I would have thought they would have at least organized it so the first fight all came out of the same box, but I guess not. Maybe it's just the guard dog. I think everything else comes out of one box except for the guard dog. So, yeah. All right, so out of this box, we're going to take, oh shoot. Ah! Oh, I really stuffed these in here, didn't I? Ah! Oh no, oh no. Oh, they're everywhere. Oh no, oh no. Okay. We're going to take the blue one, which is going to be the bowman. We're going to take 3 red ones, 1, 2, 3, which are our soldiers. We're going to take 1 green one, and we're going to take the purple one on that side, and then the rest of these are going to go back in here. And I need to get 1 yellow. Ah! My dogs are going to eat the enemies. Okay. And my dog goes. And we're going to get 1 gem. 1 gem. 1 yellow gem. Okay. Ooh, ooh, ooh. 1 yellow gem. All right, that's our components. We're going to press this tab for layout instead of pressing continue, I think. Yeah, that looks like it was the right thing to do. So we're going to close this map up. That was a lot of use of that map there, wasn't it? Okay. And we're going to take A1. Oh, here, they're all in a pile. A1, A2, A4, A7, A9, A2. Nope. Oh, it's because the screen was loaded weird. Okay, A2. And then A7, A9. A3, no. A4, A9, A7, and A1. A1? Okay. So let's build this map according to what we have on the board here and see if we can get this all to fit in the camera view. I think it'll be okay. Looks like it's gonna be okay. Yeah, we got it all. All right, and so here is our map for this encounter, and that's cool because we could put our people over here, and we're gonna put, let's see, guard, bowman. Can you see those? Let's put these up here. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, all right. So it gave the layout of the map. It didn't say where the tokens go. So we're gonna click. So we're gonna click next. Tutorial objectives. The next screen displays the objectives of a combat scene as well as any special rules that apply. You must complete all objectives to succeed. Make sure all players understand these objectives, then click next to begin the guided combat scene setup. Main objectives. Defeat the militia officer guarding exit A. Leave from exit A. Complete all main objectives to succeed. Special rules. This combat scene serves as an introduction to allow players to get familiar with the combat system. Make sure you've read the rules for combat scenes before continuing, which I have. Then follow the instructions shown by the app to set up the combat map. You have 3 rounds to complete this combat. Next. For this fight only, you may reset the health and energy of all of your heroes after the end of combat. If you fail to achieve the objectives of this combat, the app will bring you back to this point to try again. Keep an eye on the round counter on the top of the screen so you don't run out of time. And step 1. Select the matching tiles and arrange them according to the layout shown to create the combat map. I did that already. Place the enemy cards corresponding to this combat to the side of the tiles. I did that over there. Oh, they should always be in the order white, blue, red, green, brown, purple. So let's white, blue, red. We're gonna move our heroes over to this side. White, blue, red, green, purple for this map, and I think that'll work. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna do that, and we'll put our heroes over here instead. I think you'll still be able to see what I'm doing. Okay. Continue. Place any start and exit tokens on the combat map as shown. So we have exit A up here, and we have exit B over here. And we have this S over here. I guess that's the start token. Place each enemy token onto the combat map as shown. Enemy tokens have numbers on them. If the app shows numbers on the enemy tokens, place them accordingly. Otherwise, just place the correct color with their numbers randomized. Okay, so it doesn't have numbers on the app as far as I can see. So we have 2 guards here, 1 guard here, this bow dude here, this doggo here, this dude here, and this is over here. And you'll notice that this leader is like touching the exit. That means it's guarding it. So we can't use that exit until that leader is killed. And the leader has 2 armor. So we're going to place 2 black cubes on him to show that he has 2 armor. And he's blocking the exit. I already mentioned that. And then we're going to put a gem over here. We're going to create a pool of tokens, which are just off to the side, and I'll grab them as I need them. We are going to place the party bag in front of us. The party bag, party bag, party bag. Oh, that's this token here. So this is the party bag. Boom. We're going to place the turn tiles for the preparation phase, enemy reactions, and enemy turns in front of us as shown in the example. The order does not matter for now. So I need this enemy reaction one from here, and then I need my character's turn tokens. I didn't really set up my character's cards, but we'll figure it all out as we go. It says that the order does not matter for now, so we're just gonna do whatever. Where is it? Oops. I made a mess on the table. That's going to take me a little bit to clean up as we get this rolling. So we're going to put these in order, and this is the initiative track, essentially, over here. Boom. We're going to put our hero miniatures on the tile with the start token, which is here. I'm gonna not set up the rest of these boards until it tells me to, in case it gives me instructions, but we'll see. But you'll see the map is really nice. It really lays out what you need to be doing. So that's nifty. Buttons. There's a components and layout button, objectives and special rules button, event list, settings. These buttons don't actually work, it's just telling me what they are. Preparation phase. Remember the optional actions explained on Rule 12. There are optional actions on our player aid that we can use during the preparation phase. If you decide to take any of these, they have to be done during preparation. Don't forget that some enemies have special abilities. Oh, it's telling me to do the preparation phase. It's showing me the layout again. I can look at the objectives again. Yeah, I don't know why it's showing me all this stuff, but it is. And okay, so I am going to set up the board the way it should be. So our shaman has 6 health and 4 energy, which is like magic power. Our mercenary has 7 health and 3 energy. Our mercenary has 3 melee attack and 1 movement die. Our shaman has 1 ranged and 3 insight dice, which we'll call magic dice. They each also have a starting skill that has S on it in their deck. So I'm going to pull out these 2 starting skills. Heal, Ice Knife for the shaman. And for the mercenary, it is defensive stance and charge. And so the way combat works in this is you roll dice and then you assign the thingies based on the dice you rolled and blah 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 blah. That was a lot of words saying pretty much absolutely nothing, wasn't it? Cool beans, Greg. All right, so we're going to each roll 4 combat dice. So the shaman's going to roll first and gets 2 feet, a bow, and a miss. The mercenary is going to roll next and gets a insight, a move or an insight, a move, and a miss. Keeping in mind, during preparation, The shaman may discard a miss to now allow another hero to re-roll a miss. So we're going to go ahead and do that and let the mercenary re-roll this, which is now, thank goodness, some form of attack. As optional actions, we can dash and move one zone, and we would lose health if there's an enemy in our starting zone. Since there is not an enemy in our starting zone, I'm just going to have the mercenary dash forward so that he is ready to do an attack right away. The shaman, however, we're going to have stand back here because the shaman's one attack dice is a bow, which is a ranged attack. Yeah. Okay. We could also, if we wanted to, we could spend an energy to re-roll any number of misses, but I don't have any other misses. If we rolled 3 of a kind, we could change something automatically, but I don't have that. We also would set player order at this point in time. We are going to just keep the player order as it is for now. And we're going to press start action phase and see what the app says. Turn sequence. Player 1 will go, and then we're going to press a button to show enemy reactions. We can tap collected gem and food tokens and activated map objects. So if we get to that gem, we can tap on it. Okay. Cool. Background music that you can't really hear that's like fighting. For some reason the sound had gone away before, but I hear it now. Okay, so our mercenary is going to go first. So our mercenary has an attack, has an insight, and has some other things. Now, I think I might have made a booby by dashing. But I need to remember how this works. So I have to consult the rule book. We're going to consult the rule book. If I can remember where I put it. Is it here? Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out if this card, charge, I think that means that I would have to be able to do both a move and an attack to utilize it, but I'm not 100% sure. Because I read this last night and I barely got any sleep. La-di-da-da-da. Actions. I'm almost we're just going to play it yes, you have to do both things. So we're going to retcon a little and say that I didn't dash because I'm going to want to actually use that ability to do that, right? So we're going to use this yellow insight and this red movement to activate charge, which is going to let me move 1 and attack 1. So we're going to move 1 and we're going to put 1 damage on this grunt, which it has 1 health according to this card here. So we've actually killed it. So it goes away. Killed a grunt. Cool. We're going to then use this attack action to do a damage to this grunt and kill that grunt. We're not going to put a health on it this time. Did I thought I had another, so I only have a movement left, so I can't use the defense on this to what's the word I'm trying to find here? I can't use the defense on that. I can't use the defensive stance using an insight to get a block token, which is okay. Oh, but because I did not dash, I do get a block token. That's his special ability. So we have a block token, which if I get attacked will help protect me, we're assuming. I do have 1 more movement action, which I am going to use to move this 1 more space, because we only have 3 rounds to kill all these enemies, so we want to make sure we kill all of them. All right, so now we move to the enemy reactions, and we're going to click enemy reactions in the app. Show enemy reactions. For each of the shown reaction cards, 1 enemy will react in this phase, usually the closest. If there are more than 1 enemy of the same color, it is the one with the lowest number that will react. Okay. Only one enemy reacts for every card displayed below. If you have defeated all of the enemies of a type shown, click on the skull button below their card and they'll generate another one. So these are different actions than what are shown on the actual enemy cards that we have on the board. So part of the combat is a default action from the enemies and part of it has to do with this. So we still do have a orange grunt. There is nobody in his space, so he's going to if there is somebody within one space, he will move towards them. So he's going to move over here. Then the green enemy will attack if there's somebody in his space, but if there's not, he will block and get a block token. So we're going to give him a block token. Yep. And we're going to press continue. Oh, so now player 2 goes, which is the shaman. So the shaman has some stuff here. The shaman's going to move one space with a boot, and it's going to use the shooty thing to shoot someone else. Now, because there's a frontliner in that group, he can't shoot the bowman. So he's going to have to use this to shoot the frontliner. And then has one more movement point. So we're going to go ahead and keep pushing forward into this space. I didn't even look at all this stuff. Where I could change an insight into a melee hit or a melee hit into an insight, or I could use an insight and something else to heal someone in my zone 1 space. However, none of those things are really really part of what's going on because I didn't have any insight tokens. I could also, if I wanted to, spend 1 energy to move 1 zone, but I'm not going to do that. We're going to click on Start Enemy Turns. We're going to activate all surviving enemies performing 1 action from their card in the sequence shown below. Now, I believe that this bowman can only attack if something is 1 range away, because it has to be in an adjacent zone. So I don't think he can shoot either of us because we're in his zone, and that's the way I'm playing it, because that's the way I'm playing it. But anywho, we're going to start with the guard dog. The guard dog would attack if there was someone in his space, but there's not. So it is going to move 1 space and attack the person earliest initiative for 1. But the mercenary had a block token, so he blocks that attack. The bowman can't shoot anybody because nobody's 1 space away. The grunts are all dead. The guard just stands there because the thingy says so. And the leader would move the closest red minion 1 space towards him, but there is none, so he actually doesn't do anything. So they all just kind of stand there, which is cool because it's a tutorial battle. Start cleanup phase. If a hero was defeated, we would check it off. We would return any unused block tokens to the supply, so that block token goes away. Remove stun cubes from enemies, nobody's stunned. Remove red damage cubes from enemies that have not been defeated. None of that happened. We end round 1. We have 2 rounds left. Yeah. Round 1 has ended. It is very clear. It's making it very clear that round 1 has ended. Map change. What? In this round, the layout of the combat scene will change. A pop-up will show you the new map. Add tiles and enemy tokens as shown, but leave the rest of the tiles and tokens unchanged. Oh no. There's other stuff on the board. Okay, now we need A6, A8, and A11. There's A11. So this is going to go here. We have A6 and A8. Those are the tall ones. A6, A8. Okay. Oh no, and there's more enemies. So I should not have put things back in the bag. We're going to use these 2 same soldiers, those spaces. And then I have to go back and pull another guard dog out and 2 more bowmen out. I'm sorry for this delay. I didn't know something like that would happen, but now I know better for next time. And I'm not going to take the number 1. I'm just going to take whatever numbers there is because I'm realizing the app doesn't like assign numbers to them. It just tells me to use the earliest one. So we just need a blue one from here. Okay. And then we have a bowman here and a bowman here. Oh, it says a horn sounds nearby and reinforcements appear in the alleys around you. Great. So just for the record, we need to... Okay, so we don't have to kill everybody. We only have to kill the militia officer and then leave from exit A. So leaving, I believe in order to leave a map, it has to be in the final turn. So we have to do we have to do all 3 scenes of the battle and then be able to leave. So basically we need to be on that space. We are going, I don't think we get to, we do not get to move, we do not get to rearrange the initiative. That is, nope, set player order happens at the end, so we could do that if we wanted to. Okay, so we're gonna re-roll the dice. So here's the mercenaries roll. Oh, he's got a lot of attacks, but no movement. Which is okay. Because the guard has 1, the bowman has 1, they both have 1. And then we have a whole bunch of movement without really any kind of attack for the shaman. Now, I could choose to dash, but if there's an enemy in my zone, I would take 1 damage. And we were told to try not to take damage, so we're not going to do that. Did I roll 3 of a kind? No. Do I want to use energy to re-roll something? I don't think so. Can you do the insight? A miss is still a miss. I'm just thinking out loud to myself as I try to sort this stuff out. I could do 1 attack with that. Moving as a regular move does not cause any problems. So we could just try to pop on ahead and kill that duder, potentially. Which is, I think, what we might do. That guard has 2 health. Yeah, okay. We're going to leave everything the way it is and see what happens. Okay, so the mercenary, during preparation, did not dash, so gets 1 of these. The mercenary is going to use the insight and an attack in order to charge. So he's going to move 1 space to here and deal 1 damage to this guard who has 2 health. Very, very sad. And then he's going to use his second attack to do a 2nd damage to it, which is going to kill that guard. So guard's dead. Can I pick up... Oh, start action phase. Can I collect... Does it take an action to collect a gem is my next question. So I don't know the answer to that one. Let's see. Collecting gems. Collecting gems. Collecting gems. Collecting gems. Collecting gems. Doesn't say. Doesn't say. Doesn't say. Doesn't say. How do I pick up a gem? How do I pick up a gem? I don't know. I don't know. Tap collected gem and food tokens. Oh, maybe it'll tell me on this food page. Party bag. Whenever you gain gems or food during combat scene, place it here. No. So how do I... Oh my goodness! Let's try this. Each combat scene is played. Perform actions, activate skills and items. You know, I'm just going to assume that in that space I can just pick it up. Because it doesn't say anywhere on here. I'm just going to say I can pick up the gem, and I'm just going to press the gem button and pick up the gem. And it gave me a little like thumbs up thing. So great, I took a gem. We're going to just say I took a gem. All right, so then the enemy reaction phase happens next, because that's in between player 1 and player 2. So we're going to show enemy reactions. The guard dog is going to attack the shaman, doing 1 damage. That's terrible. Evil guard dog. And then the leader is going to attack if there's someone in his space, but there's not. And then he's going to shoot if there's someone in the next space, which there is. So the defender gets to defend 1 with the shield. I feel like I may have made a booby on this fight, but we'll see what happens. Now it is the shaman's turn. Our main goal here is to kill the leader. So the shaman is going to move 2 spaces using this, so 1, 2, Going to use one of this to use an ice knife to deal 1 damage to the boss's armor, which does not regenerate. And then has this other piece here, but can't do anything with it because the ice knife is only 1 time per battle, per round rather. So I can't do anything else with that. I'm going to use my final movement, actually, to move into this space with the bowman where it can't shoot me, because the lieutenant's not going to move, so that should help me survive this a little bit. And then we're going to start enemy turns. We're going to activate all surviving enemies one at a time. The guard dog is going to move 1 space here and attack the mercenary for 1 health. Oh shoot, both of these bowmen are going to attack the mercenary. That bowman is going to attack, attack the mercenary. Woo-wee, okay. The grunts just stand there, at least. The guard is dead. The lieutenant can't attack anybody, but he will move the closest red minion not in his section 1 zone towards him, which will be this space here. Start cleanup phase. There was no more unused block tokens. All of the enemies that did have damage on them have been killed. So that's the end of the round. So we only have this one last round in order to complete this scenario. So things are not looking good for our intrepid heroes, especially since the mercenaries rolled a whole bunch of poopy. And the shaman has also rolled a pretty decent amount of poopy. But yeah, we're gonna see. Hooey. Well, we just have to kill the lieutenant and end on his space. I think we can do that. We're not dashing with the mercenary, so he gets a block token. All right. Okay. We don't have any 3s of a kind. We're not going to use any energy to re-roll that miss, I don't think. 1, 2, 3... yeah, we're going to spend 1 energy to re-roll this miss. And we got a movement, which is not really what I wanted, but that's okay. Start action phase. All right, so the mercenary goes first. Yeah. We want to do 2 damage to the boss. I have an ice knife. I have a fight. But I need to move to use those. Sorry, just thinking out loud. Try and decide the best way to do all this. The frontliner in my space is not going to move. I'm going to use this sword to kill this dog. I'm going to then use these 2 symbols to rush in and do an attack. And then I'm going to use this symbol to gain another shield. Oh, I hope that was smart. Yeah, because I move in there. Okay, yeah, I think that's fine. Show enemy reactions. So first, a guard dog is going to move 1 space because someone is close enough to it. Then the leader is going to do an attack on the mercenary. Oh, I realized I'm not actually showing this because I keep thinking that I'm sharing this to the screen automatically, which I'm not. Okay, so that was the enemy reaction phase. Now the shaman gets to go. So the shaman is going to use a movement to go into this space. It's going to use an attack to do 1 damage to the leader. It's going to use an ice knife to do 1 damage to the leader, thus killing it, meaning that we will be able to escape. And unfortunately, I don't have an extra dice to heal, so that's all we're going to do. We're going to press start enemy turns. This wolf is going to come here and do 1 damage to the mercenary, being blocked by a shield. This bowman is going to attack the mercenary, doing 1 more damage to it. The frontliners don't move, the guards are dead, the lieutenant is dead. Now, the problem here is in this game, you only get to heal normally like every 2 battles. So having the mercenary take this much damage is terrible. But it already told us at the beginning that it was going to let us heal all this at the end. So we're okay. We're okay there. We're going to press our cleanup phase. Last round cleanup. After the last round of combat, the heroes need to escape by tracing a path to any of the exits. They all need to use the same exit and might take damage on the way or even get knocked out. For this combat scene, the heroes must use exit A to win. We're all over there. They cannot use the required exit because it is guarded by an enemy or because they would all get knocked out from taking damage. Then they can use a different exit. It means they survive, but they lose because they didn't achieve all objectives. Some combat scenes allow the use of any exit. Nobody's defeated. We click end round. Do you want to play an extra combat round? Oh, right. So you get the option to play an extra combat round, but it might have negative effects. But I don't need to because we can leave that space easily. Mark all the completed objectives. We defeated the militia officer. Do we take damage from leaving in the space that we are in? Is part of the question here. Ending the combat scene. Every zone we move through. Yes, so they each take 1 damage from that guard dog that followed us. Whew, the mercenaries got 1 health left. That is wild. But we all exited. Because this is the combat tutorial, if you fail to achieve all of the objectives, the game will take you back to the start. Familiarize yourself with the rules to succeed, but we succeeded. It lets us confirm that that's everything that we did. Tutorial, recovery and rest. Usually after each combat scene, you perform a recovery and reset action. Well, recovery and reset. You perform a recovery and reset action and record the health of your heroes. See recovery and reset on page 19 of the rulebook. As this is a combat scene, as this is a tutorial, you restore all your health and energy and return any corruption cards you may have received. So we get all of our health and all of our energy back. Continue. Each hero recovers 1 health and 1 energy, then enter each hero's thing below. Blop, 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 blop. Click the gems you selected, continue. Victory, you've completed your objectives. Combat's 1, 0 of 0. It didn't count as a win. We get 1 gold worth of gems, and we collected no loot, and we press leave combat. And it just immediately goes back into the narrative, which is pretty cool. You dash down a colonnade and join the crowds, hoping to lose any guards on your tail. You find yourself on a busy street lined with shops. You pause to consider your next move. Whoever the girl was, she was clearly no friend of the Empire, and she was your only lead on how to get in touch with Nesky. There's one small problem. You have no idea where the guards dragged her off to. Take story card 1 from the unlock box and add it to your story deck. So I don't know what they mean by story deck because I put it behind stories, but there's no other thing for story deck. But we're just going to take story card 1 here. There she is. You met a flower girl who seems to have been waiting for you. She was taken by the militia. Okay, continue. So many words. I'm going to have some water before I start these next 2 paragraphs. Bear with me. Water. Okay. You stop a passing orc dressed in a fine tunic. She looks you up and down and seems suspicious of you, but your politeness sets her at ease. You tell her a companion of yours had a bit too much to drink in one of the Caravanserai taverns and was taken by the militia when he got a bit too rowdy. It's not the first time there's been a commotion in the Caravanserai. All sorts try to get into the city. The militia drag troublemakers off to the guardhouse. I don't know where it... Oh, wait. Taverns... Yeah, okay. The militia drag troublemakers off to the guardhouse. I don't know where it is exactly, but it's somewhere around the university. You won't have any trouble finding it. Leave the caravanserai through the southeast gate, and just down the road you will see the statue of Saint Mohammed. The university is southeast of the statue, and the guardhouse should be somewhere around there. So if we want to rescue this flower girl, we need to go southeast to the university. We're going to place the map back in front of us. So we're going to take these cards, and we're going to put these over here, and we're going to take the rest of these tokens and put them over here. We're going to take these tokens and put them over here. We're going to take our little party bag and put it over here. We're going to take our people. We're going to take these things, all these things, and put them over here, and we're going to slide our party down. Make sure we don't lose their dice. And we're gonna take the map back out. Here comes the map. Here comes the map. Okay, we can put this over here. We're gonna put this over here, and here's the map. Here's the map, and we see the map, and we take the little person, and we're still at location 1. Okay. One player. So I'm playing solo, but it tells me one player should control the app while the other players follow the movements on the map using the party mini. Find the location you want to visit on the map, then use the map to navigate there. Use the app to navigate there. There is a windrose on the bottom of the map that tells you the guide location. Keep track of your current location by moving the party token on the map. Pay attention to clues as you figure out where you're going. So I think that's going to be the university over here, number 8, I think. Assuming that's where we go. Continue. You're in the center of the main plaza of the Caravanserai. You were told to leave the Caravanserai through the southeast gate to find the university, which is located east of here. After you choose a direction, place the party mini on your new location on the map to follow your moves through the city. I only have the choice to go to the southeast gate, so we're going to go through the southeast gate to location 15. You stand outside the Caravanserai beside a tower with a banner bearing the sign of a key. You get the sense you're being watched. You look around and you spot a cat walking on the wall above you, keeping your pace. You realize that this is the same cat you had seen earlier in the Caravanserai. It looks at you and then it leaps onto the ledge of a building and scampers away. We can choose to go north, south, west, or east. But it doesn't give any clue as to what ledge of the building the duder went to. I know we want to go to 8, so we're just gonna press go south. You were in a small. Oh, I guess it goes like this. Maybe we're not in a location. I don't know. You're in a small square just southeast of Caravanserai. A statue. There's a statue there. A statue of Saint Mohammed with her hands raised stands in the center of the plaza. So now we want to go east, but we can't go east. We can only go east. We can go north, northeast, or west. So I guess northeast would take us to here. So that's where we're going to go. You stand in a major crossroads on the east side of the city. An arch, which with hanging banners, dominates the plaza. As you turn a corner, you find the same cat you saw minutes earlier sitting in the middle of the street looking at you. When you get closer, it tilts its head backwards, moves a few paces away, and turns around again to look at you. It clearly wants you to follow it and seems very determined. It heads northeast. You realize you have a choice to make. Do you follow the cat and see where it leads you, or ignore the cat and focus on getting to the flower girl before something bad happens to her? We're going to follow the cat. We're forest people, right? Yes, we're going to go northeast. You arrive where the cat led you. An impressive guard tower built with the outer wall of the city. A large banner hangs from the top, displaying the sign of a moon. Remove sticker 17 from the map key and move to location. You move your party to location 17 if that's not where you are. In other words, if you can't read the map and you got lost, you would be there. But we know that that is the moon tower. The sticker sheet seems a little extra, but anyway, continue. The cat leads you into a shadowy alley and stops at a dead end. It sits down and begins to lick itself. Nice. A woman's voice speaks to you. Thank you for accepting my summons. You do not know who I am, and for now it must remain that way. You realize the voice is coming from behind a wicker screen at the end of the alley. You can't make anything through the screen. Do you want to ask the speaker to show herself or keep listening? Let's just keep listening. The voice continues speaking. I belong to a people older than the Kartikal Empire. We have seen the Ilkral's growing power, and we are gravely concerned. An enemy who has cheated death and achieved immortality. This is a worrying state of affairs. He holds great ambitions and scours all lands of Ka'an for artifacts of ancient power. One such artifact arrived in Yasafar today. It is currently in the rooms of an imperial customs official at the Caravanserai, under heavy guard. Forest folk, I know that Ilkral has his eye on your homeland. If you steal the artifact and prevent it from falling into his hands, you will earn our trust and we can move together against him. Continue. If you agree to steal the artifact for this mysterious voice, there is no telling what will happen to the flower girl in the meantime. And yet, perhaps this person could also be of aid. We're going to take story card 4 from the unlock box and add it to our story deck. A cat led you to an alley where a mysterious voice asked you to steal an artifact from the mother's shop. Do we agree to steal the artifact or refuse and continue searching for the guard post to rescue the flower girl? I'm going to agree to steal the artifact, because we came this way. The voice speaks again. Music to my ears. I knew we could count on you. Here's what you must do. The artifact is inside of a vault. The key to the vault is carried by the officer of the Caravanserai militia guards, a Morosi with a scar across his face, and there is no mistaking him. My accomplice will take you to the place. The bright-eyed cat stops licking itself and beckons you to follow it again. It leads you back through the courtyards of the Caravanserai's main courtyards. Finally, you arrive at an imposing doorway framed with imperial banners, and the cat stops and meows in front of the doorway. Remove sticker 15 from the map key. That was fast. The customs hall. And move the party to location 15. You brace yourself for a fight and open the door. Continue. You find yourself in a sparsely furnished chamber with 2 corridors leading out of it. The room is crawling with guards, and they look at you in surprise, quelle surprise, for a moment, but quickly spring into action. In the back room, you spy a militia guard with a more impressive uniform. He must be the officer that the mysterious voice spoke of. We must steal a mysterious artifact guarded by the Emperor's guards from the customs hall. To do so, we must defeat the militia officer holding the key and take it from him, and then use that key to open the vault in the next room and steal the artifact. Click fight. And it's going to take us to another fight sequence. And that's where we're going to stop for today. So, I mean, I can't speak. I like using dice mechanics, but it's all a little simplistic right now. But at the same time, it's already a little challenging to control both characters. That first fight got really, really tight for us. I'm organized in a very well fashion to find what I need and do what I need to do. Everything's scattered. I'm a little bit of a mess. But I'm definitely intrigued at this moment in time. I think the plan from here is going to be to continue to play this solo off camera so that I can organize my life and my mind and my thoughts. And then if I get the hang of this, I'll maybe come back again and do a live stream series of it where I let the audience vote on what happens when I have more of an audience. But as for right now, I feel like you're just sitting listening to me read, which is probably not so much fun for you. But it's a cute little game. It definitely has enough that it feels a little bit different than other games. I like how there's a combination of the deterministic nature of the enemies, knowing what they're going to do during the enemy phase, versus you have some surprise reactions in the middle of the turn. So you can really plan ahead, because all the dice rolls happen, but still stuff can come out to surprise you. So I like that combination of tactics and preparation. Because I could have taken much less damage in that previous battle because I knew what their default activities were, is I guess what I'm saying. So right now, I'm intrigued by it. We're going to see how it develops. For now, I just want to thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and do not forget to keep those health bars full. Thanks and have a great evening.